Hello guys, in this video we are going to see object-oriented programming. In this playlist we will be having all the videos related to the object-oriented programming, the concepts which are, and later we are going to look after the concepts of classes, objects, variables, inheritance, abstraction, and polymorphism, and different types of polymorphism. What is compile polymorphism, runtime polymorphism? We are going to look after these concepts. But in this video we are going to see the first thing: what are classes, objects, and the variables. Let me come from the data types. If you just declare, we have the data types like numeric. This one, in numeric we have int starting from byte, short, int, long, and floating values as float and double, and the character type and the boolean. All these data types are predefined. We cannot allocate any separate memory space for them. It is fixed. Byte is 1 byte, and 2 short, 2 int, 4 long, 8 float, 4 double, 8 character 1, and in some compilers sometimes it may take 2 bytes, and boolean also 1 byte. The boolean has only 2 values, either true or false, or any condition which gives us following state same thing. Generally, these are all predefined and user defined data types. When we come to user defined data types, there are classes, arrays, and interfaces. We are going to look after these three. We are going to look after classes and arrays in this tutorial. And generally, if we declare an integer variable, int a is equal to 5, what is going to happen in the memory space? Integer is having 4 bytes, so 4 bytes of space is going to be allocated, and its name is going to be a, and the value that is going to be stored in this is 5. And if we just create, why we say this as integer as predefined, as it is as 4 bytes, it takes only 4 bytes of space. And if you want to modify, again, if a is equal to 6, later this value gets erased, and in the same place the value 6 gets inserted. And while coming to the user defined, int of a is equal to, all these methods I am going to discuss. The syntax is basically of Java syntax. So creating an array in Java is int a is equal to new int of size 6, so that memory spaces 3, 4, 5, 6, each of 4 bytes. These are 4 bytes, 4 bytes, 4 bytes, 4 bytes, 4 bytes is going to get, this is also 4 bytes. In such a way, integer is having 4 bytes and there are 6 columns, so that there are totally, it occupies 24 bits. But everything is of only integer type. We cannot change, if we keep some value 26 is an integer, but 26.2 is not an integer, so we cannot store the 26.2 in this integer data type. If you want in such a way, but the array accepts only the values of same data type, but not different data type. While coming to a class, as we will discuss this, by using all these predefined data types and the user defined data types, we can also create classes. In these classes, we can have whatever we can have, like an integer x, and like a float y, and a double z. And while coming to character, if you want a character, you can have a character C, and if you want a string A, and this way we can just define a class. And a class is a blueprint model of an object. As you have a class right now, let the class name be some uh, ABC. Name of the class is ABC. If I define this as class ABC, then I can have an object of a class of this class. Right now, this class is going to have. If we just remove the string from here, integer of 4 bytes, float of 4 bytes, double of 8 bytes, character of 1 byte. Totally it occupies 17 bytes of space. So if I create any object of this ABC object of this is equal to new of ABC. This OB is an object of ABC. It is also going to have a 17 bytes memory allocated separately only for this OB. If I create one more object, OBJ is equal to new ABC, this OBJ is also going to occupy 17 bytes of space in the memory in this way. If this is the main memory, we are going to have 17 bytes for OB, and again OBJ is going to occupy 17 bytes of space. I had said why it is going to occupy 17 bytes of space, because this is an integer, float, double, character, and all these are non-static variables. So that each and every time when an object is created, it is creating a new space for that. It is reserving some other extra space for each and every object. Each and every object is going to have the duplicate variable of this variables. So let's right now see what are the different types of variables. Yeah guys, well, coming to different types of variables, there are instant variables. Instance variables and class static variables and local variables. Let us right now see what is an instant variable. In the previous example, in the class ABC, we had an int x, float y, double z, and a character c, which is occupies totally 17 bytes. When we create an object of ABC, such as OB, it is reserving a space of 17 bytes. And later, when we create another object OBJ for the same thing, it is also taking the 17 bytes of memory. Just it also has x, y, z, and a variables. Sorry, c. In this also OBJ also has x, y, z, and c variables. In the main memory, there will be having like ob.x, ob.y, ob.z, and ob.c, and this is going to occupy 17 bytes. And the same way for obj, obj.x, obj.y, obj.z, and obj.c. Here also the same thing, it is also going to occupy the 17 bytes of memory, and these are known as instance variables. Each and every time when an object is created, each and every variable is going to occupy some space in that variable. But what is a static variable? In the static variable, if we define a variable such as, let us take this x as a static variable hereafter. To initialize this as static variable, we just add the keyword static in front of it. Static int x. If you just replace this with this int x, then it does not create this obj.x and objc.x. So these 4 bytes of memory, only one, it will be created once, and remaining 13 bits. So this is going to occupy only 13 bits of memory, and even this OBC is going to occupy 13 bits of memory. Then what about this 4 bits of memory of X? It is going to create separately at a point just X of class ABC. This is a static variable which can be accessed as abc.x, and each and every time there may be a different value of y when for the object ob, and obj there may be different value for the y, but the value of x will be constant. Like if I give one time ob dot y is equal to 6, this value is going to have 6, and obj dot y is equal to 5, this value is going to have 5. And later, what about static? If I give that value of x is equal to 5, initially it is going to the value of x will be the 5, and if I just give the value 6, it is just going to remove this 5 and it is going to operate with the 6. In this way, the static variable will be can be modified, but it will be fixed. Only the one value it is going to have. If I give this x is equal to 7, it is going to change as 7. If it is x is equal to 8, it is just going to, here itself it is going to change. But for the local variable, if you see ob dot y is equal to 6, and ob dot y is just is having a value of 6, and obj dot y is having a value of 5. Both are different, and it is having 4 variables separately, and this is also having 4 variables separately. But here x is having only 4 variables. It is 4 bytes. Sorry, it is 4 bytes. It is going to occupy 4 bytes of memory, and it is also only once. This static variable just takes only 4 bytes of memory. That is also once. Not for each and all. Whenever each and every object is created, this static variable will not be created, but the instance variables are being created each and every time. And what are local variables? If there is any method in Java like add 5, some public in add 5, and we just, the name of the method is add, and we just want to add 5, and inside this there is an integer of x is equal to 3, and we need to return 3 plus, okay, let it be add a. If you want to return add a, we just need to have this a here, and we need x plus a. What is x? X is going to be created here itself, and after the execution of this method, it is going to get destroyed. In the main memory, in the memory itself, if we take, as soon as this function starts executing, a variable x 4 bytes, an integer variable x with 4 bytes of memory is going to be created, and later it returns this value when it adds a may be anything else, and later if it is 5, if I give 5 in this, x plus 5, x is the value 3 and value is 5, and it is going to return this 8 there to the main memory. As soon as it returns the main memory 8 to the main method, it is just going to destroy this variable x, which is having 4 bytes. It is just going to destroy this, so it will not be there. And this depends on life and scope of variables. The life will be till the execution of this particular method. The life of a local variable will be till the execution of this particular method itself, and where its scope will not exceed the method and the usage of this class, not the class method. And in this video we are going to stop here itself, and in the next video we are going to see what is an inheritance concept.